All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. This is Catherine Toon. I just have a few minutes to hop on today. I was going to do a longer thing, and then I had the joy of hanging out with my daughter. So we were having a great discussion. She is amazing. All my daughters are really my daughters and sons are amazing people. It's really fun to be able to engage. So I was taking advantage of that moment. So this will be a little shorter because I do have stuff to do in a bit. But I've been meditating on something this morning and it's been blessing me. And I thought, dang, if it's going to bless me, it's going to bless you. And that is this concept that love does not need balance. Let me get this straightened down here. Love does not need balance. How many of you were maybe brought up, let me pull up the chat thing. I keep on forgetting to do that. Good morning. Were maybe brought up with this concept that yes, God is love and all of that. But we need to be careful and balance that with his wrath, right? God is holy. And so we act like it's two different diametrically opposing aspects of God. So we don't want to overdose on the love thing. It's kind of like overdosing on grace. So like we're going to have license to sin, all of that. If you're not preaching grace strong enough where people are accusing you of being giving license to sin, you're not preaching it hard enough. That's what that is. But in the place where love doesn't need balance, you know why love doesn't need balance? Good morning, Lisa. All the way from Texas. I bet you guys are getting some heat there. And I bet you're getting some heat in India as well. But in that place where love doesn't need love is a person. See, we don't need to balance out. We don't need to balance out God, right? God is actually perfectly balanced. And love is extreme, right? Hello, Pakistan. So love is extreme, and love is extremely love. So he cannot do anything out of love. He cannot, that's like impossible. You know that passage that says, when we are faithful, God is faithful. And when we're faithless, God is still faithful because he cannot deny himself. Well, God is love. And when we love him back, he is lovely. And when we hate him and spit in his face or run away from him or act like he doesn't exist or la, 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 I can't hear you or whatever that is, God is still love because he cannot deny himself. And in that place of love, there is perfect forgiveness. Love is other-centered, other-giving. Otherwise, it's not love. It's something else, but it's not love. And so in the place, right? How bad? Yes. Yeah, I get that. Texas weather is bipolar. I get that. We get a lot of that in Colorado too. So in the place where God is love, that means he has already poured himself out on behalf of humanity, forgiving humanity for their trespasses, etc. I can't say but, and he has forgiven the human race. I mean, we're all kind of criminals, aren't we? If not externally in our hearts, right? When we violate love, we sin, and that is an offense against love. And guess what? It has been forgiven. And God would be unjust if he says, well, I expect you to forgive, but for me, I'm God. I don't have to forgive. Okay. So he is the master forgiver. So which means where there's wrath, and it does mention wrath in the Bible, so we can't just cut those pages out of our Bible or just pull them out, but we need to understand what the wrath of God really is. And we have to also understand that when people have attributed wrath in a retributive sense to God in the Bible, could they have been functioning out of their own lenses? And because in the places where there's been some conflict that God sent the snakes to, basically punish Israel. Well, no. And that later on is recanted. No, God didn't send. When God tempted David to count Israel, right? And then later on, I believe it's in Chronicles, it says that Satan sent basically encouraged David to count Israel. Good morning, Sheila, right? And so in this place, now, does this mean that the Bible, that we just throw it out because there's contradictions? No, we just interpret it better, right? See, I love God. He's just really not at all sweating the fact that we maybe have our panties in a wad because it doesn't all hang together. And in the place where we force it to hang together, okay, we're doing violence. But could there be another way? Could there be another way to interpret these things? And so in this place where we feel like, wow, love needs to be balanced out with wrath. Well, no, basically the wrath of God is consistent with his love, but what is he wrathful towards? Is he wrathful towards his sinful kids that have gone astray? Hi, Linda. And let's face it, we have. Okay, so is he wrathful? Is he wrathful against them? So now he's going to punish? Or is he wrathful for them to correct them? And so a good daddy corrects, but he doesn't punish. Okay. He doesn't God is not a punisher. Every time it's retributive, every time we get payback from God and we're seeing through that lens, we have just fallen into this trap of violating the truth of who God is and who he's loved. Right? So we don't need to balance it out. We don't need to apologize. God doesn't apologize. He doesn't backstep. Okay. He just keeps on moving forward, even if some places, it makes him look bad. So God is just, but he is love, and his justice will always be upheld in love. We're not going to get to the point of saying, well, you know what? Hitler didn't get his payback. Or, if we're demanding people to fry in their fat for eternity because of the evil that they've done, we've got to look at what spirit that we are of, because that's what Jesus said when his disciples were going to call down fire in Samaria because they wouldn't receive him. He said, you do not know what spirit you are of, right? So we need to check our spirit. Is it the spirit of love? Because that's never going to be violated. That spirit of who God is, right? So we're not needing to balance. We're needing to get entrenched in this revelation of who God really is and how that looks with us and in our ways of being and how we function and how we understand through that lens of love. And that's going to be accurate. Anyway, guys, I got to go. I could keep on going, but I got to go. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Listen, I did include the link for my How to Hear from God. If you haven't downloaded that, download that. That will help you get some more love, this stuff flowing. And anyway, I got to go. I'll include it in the link that I share with this teaching. Love you guys. Bye.